Well, just one more semi-final to come, and it is absolutely extraordinary that our 4 previous semi-finals, not one of them going the full distance. Usually we expect a semi-final stage. They've all been terrific matches, as you can see, but unusual that we haven't had a 3-game encounter. I wonder if we will now in the last of our semi-finals, because it is the Japanese pair. What a moment for them, the number 8 seeds Hirokatsu, Hashimoto and Noriyasu, Hirata, up against the world champions Haifeng and Haifeng of China. Chinese combination, not only world champions, 4 times world champions, and 2 titles here at the All England Championships.
The red or the green side? Red and the green side for you?
Ika Andersson of Sweden, umpire for this.
So who is serving? You receiving, yeah?
So the Chinese pair won everything in world badminton except for one major title. Their Olympic medal was a silver, and how desperately they want to add a gold to their list of achievements. World #1s, and as you can see, haven't been beaten so far this year. Only one individual tournament though, and that was the Korea Super Series, where they beat Jang Jae-sung and Lee Yong-dae, who we know are already through to our final tomorrow. So for the Chinese pair, all of their previous matches in 2 straight games, including the quarter-final against the number 7 seeds, the gold medalists from the Southeast Asian Games, Muhammad Hassan and Bona Septimo of Indonesia. So looking in great form. I have to say that match last night, their quarter-final, to win 21-19, 21-8 in 31 minutes, just shows what good form they're in. So to the Japanese pair, number 8 seeds, Hirata on the right as we look at them, Hashimoto on the left. Hashimoto 26, Hirata 28 years of age. And they are number 8 in the world rankings. They've actually been 1 place higher than that. They have been up at number 7. But for them, this is new territory. This is their first ever semi-final at a Premier Super Series event. Well, last night they had a tremendous match against the winners of the Malaysia Super Series at the beginning of this year, the pair from Taipei, Fang Chiaming and Li Xiongmo. Needed 3 games for that, as indeed they needed in their second round match against Kindervater and Schuttler from Germany. So I wonder if nerves will play a part in this semi-final. So the former champions, the current world champions, Haifeng and Haifeng, looking in incredible form last night. For the Japanese pair, I think the initial stages are going to be crucial, because this their first ever Premier Super Series semi-final. So for number 8 seeds, I think it's crucial they'll get a good start, settle those nerves. I suppose one thing, Anthony, that will perhaps help settle the nerves for Hashimoto and Hirata is the fact that nobody's expecting them to beat the current world champions, and therefore, in a way, they've got nothing to lose. They might as well go for it and, you know, just play free, see what happens.
That's absolutely the case. They have got nothing to lose. Like you said, nobody's expecting them to win this match, but they are a very, very quality pair. Very, very fast, very, very explosive, and the way they move around each other, this is going to be a really interesting match. We've got 4 very, very quick players on this court.
Yes, this is the 4th time that these two pairs have met each other. Previous 3 have all gone in favour of Kaiyun and Fu Haifeng, but I have to say the last 2 times they met, including the group stage of the Super Series finals at the end of last year, it did go the full distance. It went to 3 games. Landed in, misjudgment, and that's always a sign of nerves. Misjudging, leaving a shuttle that you think is going out, lands in. Yeah, that was quite a way. And
it was a very, very long rally. What tends to happen when the more smashes are hit, the feathers on the shuttle fluff up a little bit, which makes it that little bit slower, and will inevitably land a bit shorter than you thought they would do in the first place.
And that time the judgment was sound. Park Ju-bol, Japanese head coach, of course, former Korean international player, former world and Olympic champion.
Service over.
26 years of age, Hirokatsu Hashimoto. Younger of the 2 Japanese players by 2 years.
4-2.
An excellent low serve from Kaiyun. Oh, that's lovely. Lovely change of pace from Hirata.
The speed of the movement, the rotation, what creates it. There we go. Great deception, the way he rolls his fingers across the racket and makes the angle perfect.
3-5.
Seem quite happy to defend so far, the Chinese.
And it makes it even more extraordinary that so far they've been quite content to defend, because Fu Haifeng is famous for his big smash. Of course, he holds the record in international competition, 332 kilometers an hour, that's 206 miles per hour, achieved during the Sudirman Cup finals in Beijing in 2005.
That's where Kaiyun is at his best. He's up there with the very, very best players in the world at the net. He's up there with Lee Young-dae, and so good at taking a shot early, getting the net. But his reaction after he's played that net shot is so quick.
Yes, and just as quick at the age of 32. And he's an extraordinary man, really, when you think of his story of back in 2001, he had to undergo heart surgery. Terrible worries about his health, and here he is, he's come back, he's won 4 World Championships. That's nicely played.
I think we spoke quite a bit this week, Jill, about how players come back from illnesses and injuries and become absolute megastars. You know, it's almost as though these days you need to have had a problem before you can become good.
I can speak for experience by saying it really does focus the mind, and you realise how much you want to grasp every opportunity when it comes, because you know that things can change so quickly. That's beautiful placement, isn't it? Right deep into that backhand corner. I think the racket's probably gone, Kai-Yun. That didn't sound right at all. It's interesting, given all of his problems, you know, with his heart surgery and his health and illness and so on, it's interesting that he's got tattooed across his back, "Face of Adversity." And tattooed in English.
You know, these guys, they go through hell and back on training courts every single day. You know, they go through the pain barrier every minute of every day. You know, they're willing to put themselves through anything it would possibly take to be the world's best player, and that's why they've been so good for so long.
Always missed it. He never looks quite as comfortable to me when he's at the net as his partner.
He just tried to hit that one too hard. You know, he made the opening. All he had to do was just hit it nicely downwards, and he's actually hit it off the green mat, which takes some doing. This just shows when they have it the other way around with Kai-Yun at the net. So good and so deadly in that area.
Yes, it is very much their favoured formation, isn't it?
Yeah. 11-7 interval.
4-point advantage for Kai-Yun and for Haifeng at the mid-game interval. Only 8 minutes of play to the mid-game interval. Certainly don't speak any Japanese, but it seems to me as if Park Ji-bong is saying, don't always look to just lift the shuttle, perhaps just guide it, steer it back to the net when you are forced to defend, so that you can turn that defensive play back into attacking play. And of course, he's a coach that you've worked with, Anthony.
Yeah, I was fortunate to work with Park Ji-bong when I first came into the National Centre in Milton Keynes, and I think he was the first coach that ever really brought in that real work ethic that you need to be a top-level player. And quite frankly, it was incredibly hard. You know, I was very young at the time, and it was a real shock to my system, and it left me feeling very sore for many weeks.
Terrific. Not only the ability to play that deep in court,
13-7.
but also the vision to see that that's where the gap was. desperate effort from Hashimoto. Absolutely pouncing on the half-court pushes.
This is a real problem now for the Japanese. You can just see the confidence building in the Chinese pair. That's something that you know, I know it's not difficult, they're world #1 pair, but when they start to get going, there's no stopping them. It's like a train.
It's gone wide. Or trying to implement what coach Park Ju-bong had suggested, rather than just lifting the shuttle. He was trying to guide it, but just missed. Well, somehow the #8 seeds have got to stop this run of points, because now it is 8 straight points to the #1 seeds.
The Japanese have got absolutely no chance in this match if they think they can outdrive this Chinese pair. They've basically got to play a much softer game, but without lifting.
Service over.
That's a well-worked rally. And they've got to play every rally with the idea that it's going to take as much as that to actually break down the defence. They've got to be patient, but they've got to be positive.
There's no other way of beating this Chinese pair. They're world #1. They've been world #1 for many, many years. Won 4 world titles. And they are at times unplayable. But you've got to be willing to go through the pain barrier to beat this pair.
Taking into account the drift.
18-10.
He wasn't under any real pressure to lift out like that. Well, it looked a little awkward as he played that kill. But very effective from Haifeng.
It was the shot before, which he stepped in so quick. We didn't really see it again, but the net kill, he's so eager to get in and kill that. It was almost inside out with the way he played that one.
A look of anguish, because it's 10 game points now. #1 seeds. First time of asking, and they really were very, very efficient. Kai-Yun and Haifeng carrying on from their form last night. They really are looking very good indeed. Just 14 minutes for that opening game, 21-10.
ライブ。他のポールはストップ、長いロ後ろで、3番目のダウン、後ろでロン。もうちょっと長いロン後ろでいってればちょっとレンジができます。強くでドライバー行って、ちょっと下から行ってればドライバーなし。ストップから長いで、ちょっと負ければドライブで負けたけど、3番目と4番目やったら取れちゃう。サービスに行ったら2番目行ったら3番目がドライバー取れちゃう。ちょっとこのドライブだけで、コースのセンターあるじゃん、センター。3番目バーンドライブとかコースがセンターコースがあるじゃん。ちょっと覚えて。負けて2だから、ちょっと気持ちいいか。
Well, Park Ju-bong really has taken all of his allotted time to talk to his men.
20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Trying to lift their spirits, I think, as much as anything, as much as the tactical advice, and what a contrast to the Chinese pair. Their coach is just a very, very quick word. Probably just advising, well, come on, you're playing well. Do not let up at all. Keep the intensity. That's gone wide.
It's got to be a definite worry for Park Ju-bong as the coach. I think deep down he really knows that his Japanese players are capable of playing in almost one style. The problem with that is that style is perfect for the Chinese. You know, when I've seen Haifeng and Ka-yun get troubled in the past, it's usually against very skillful players who are willing to not lift the shuttle to them, but not always play with pace. And unfortunately today, so far, the Japanese have kind of played into their hands.
That's a good smash from Hashimoto.
2-1.
Lifting out the back, but it's bewildering to me that the Japanese pair are just so content to defend in that rally. It's better rally from the Japanese pair, involving the net player. And they need more of the dynamic attacking style with the variation of pace, as you've been pointing out, Anthony. It's interesting that this man, Hirata, actually lists his idols, sporting idols, as former Indonesian badminton players and former world champions, Chandra Wijaya and Sigit Widiarto. And if there was ever dynamic, exciting, attacking pair, it was them. So he obviously likes that way of playing.
Just perhaps can't implement it in that way, Jill.
Yes, that's, I'm sure, is the problem.
5-2.
Definitely the case so far in this second game, that definitely coming out firing, definitely moving around each other a lot better. Actually, whatever Park Ju-bong said to them has definitely worked. However, the Chinese definitely have taken the foot off the gas. You know, they're a bit lazy at the moment.
I think one of the problems with this man at the front of the court is he tries to have too big a swing of the racket. And it means that unless your timing is perfect, you tend to make an error. We saw him hit one long of the back line, too flat because the timing was wrong. That one into the net. Net players have a very short, sharp movement of the racket head to bring the shuttle down very steeply. Missed it.
Service over.
It's like the extreme contrast, isn't it, with the two players? Watch how short the action is there, and then in comparison when Fu Haifeng goes for an enormous wind-up.
Yeah, caught off balance.
5-7.
He's looking to go forward, all of a sudden realises he's got to go back. Pushed it wide. I do wonder how much nerves that in the opening game did play a part in the Japanese pair. They seem to have settled a lot better now, able to implement their tactics.
8-5.
Quite possibly. You know, of course, first All England semi-final for them, and
First ever Premier Super Series event semi-final.
So you're bound to have the nerves in there. You wouldn't be human if you didn't. But sometimes it just needs for you to just get going. And so far this second game, they're looking very, very good.
9-5.
It's just wide.
10-5.
I think Fu Haifeng has been riddled with errors from the start of this second game. He's made many unnaturally unforced errors.
Where on earth was he going? He was going off court to look for a new racket, but he went the wrong side. Well, that was... Look, he's dashing off court to look for a new racket. Your racket bag's the other side. Well, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Six-point advantage to the number 8 seeds in the mid-game interval. Well, disorientated.
That was just a bizarre situation, isn't it? I think, you know, he's really kind of lost his way in this game.
Oh, it's landed well in.
It's a magnificent defensive shot. To be able to play that inside out, off his hip, cross court with that kind of accuracy is unbelievably good.
6-11.
Missed it.
Over 12-6.
So it's another mistake from Haifeng. He's really not timing the shuttle well for him. You know, and maybe not caused a panic just yet, but what I have seen of this pair in the past is that when Haifeng gets in the mood like this, Kaiyan does start to get on his back quite a bit.
Service over. 7-12.
Puts in such a good work rate all the time, does this man, Kaiyan. That's very good, and what a difference. That was a short, sharp movement of the racket head. What a different outcome. That was superb. Oh, pounced on that, Kaiyan. Terrific.
That is huge. You know, it's very difficult to tell over the TV and when you're live in the audience, but the weight of his smash when it comes down at you really is unlike any other player in the world.
Service over. 13-10.
No, the last two times that these pairs met each other, it did go the full distance. So the Chinese pair are behind. You always get that feeling that they can just take it up a gear.
Well, we saw it in the last ladies' doubles as well. You know, they never truly believe they're out of a game, no matter what the score is. You know, 3 points to them is nothing.
Oh, that's lovely placement, aiming towards the right hip of Noriyasu Hirata. Terrific. 287. Well, we had one earlier today at 290.
Just like that, Jill. Straight back in the game, 13-14. Yeah, just close 3 points. Just like that, straight back in the game.
And now, back level. Yes, they haven't really had to do anything too spectacular either to close the gap.
sharp on the net from the Japanese players. You know, Kaiyun trying to get the net back. That's very quick.
They've just stepped up their base positions of Kaiyun and Haifeng. Kaiyun nearer to the nets, right on top of the net. Look, his partner's very much in the mid-court area, not anywhere near the back of the court, so that he can leap on those little drives, those little pushes.
The speed of feet now from the Chinese players is incredible. You know, they were 14-10 down and looking a bit sloppy. Now all of a sudden that injection of pace, and all it is really stepping forward as fast as they can.
Another very powerful smash and very accurate too. Good awareness. Smashing across the body. 274. Kaiyun at his very best.
His movement around the court is so quick. He doesn't possess probably the biggest smash in the world, but it's his speed and his height that he can get off the ground that absolutely terrifies opponents.
Oh, great dive. Unbelievable. Rally of the tournament so far. Well, the dive there from Kaiyun, I'm sure his wife Wang Na would be very, very proud of that one. Of course, she's the Olympic synchronized swimmer. Well, this is absolutely extraordinary. From 10-14 down, they've just won 9 of the next 10 points. Wasn't it, we were saying they just had another gear that they could go to? Well,
19,
just proving our point. 2 points away from yet another All-England final. Yeah, well, he was missing some of those net shots earlier on in the match, but looking very, very sharp now. 10 of 11 points, and now 5 match points. Pushed it wide. 11 of 12 points. From 10-14 adrift to take the second game 21-15, and a real demonstration on how to regain your focus and intensity Never give up.
Match won by Kaiyun.
Even though you're down,
21-10,
believe in
21-15.
yourselves. Do what you know best. And with Kaiyun going forward to the net and allowing his left-handed partner to thunder down the smashes from the back of the court, they proved why they are world champions and world number ones. So Kaiyun and Fu Haifeng safely through to the final. We'll have the number 1 and 2 seeds battling it out tomorrow. 21-10, 21-15 in 35 minutes. And they're through to the All England final. So as they sign their autographs, this just confirms that it is the number 1 and 2 seeds who will battle it out tomorrow. Both of those pairs, Kaiyun and Fu Haifeng and Zhang Jae-sung and Lee Yongdae, former champions of the All England. So one of them will regain the title tomorrow. So that's our 5 semi-finals have been completed. It all started with mixed doubles and the former world champions from Denmark, Thomas Leyborn and Camilla Ruta-Yul, defeating the champions from last year, Zhu Chen and Ma Jin. Then we had Lee Chong-wei, who's booked his place in the final for the 4th consecutive year. Of course, he is the 2-time defending champion. Victory over Lee Hyun-il from Korea. Then men's doubles, and last year's champions going down to the number 2 seeds, Zhang Jae-sung and Lee Yongdae. And then in the women's doubles, well, the World Championship silver medalists, a very tough battle against the number 3 seeds, 21-19, 21-19, Tiang Qing and Zhao Yunlei coming through that. And as we've just seen in the men's doubles, Kaiyun and Fu Haifeng, just too much firepower really in the end for the Japanese pair. So that means that they're through to a 4th All England final. So, of course, finals tomorrow, and this will be the order of play. We've got an all-Chinese women's singles final with the former champion Wang Yihan, the #1 seed, up against her teammate. Mixed doubles, Liliana Natsir, twice a beaten finalist here at the All England, playing with her previous partner, Nova Widianto, now into the final with Tantoe Ahmad. They're up against the Danes, Leybourne and Ruta Yul. Then we've got women's doubles and a repeat of the World Championship final, the #1 and 2 seeds contesting that tomorrow, as indeed for the men's doubles, with Kai and Fu up against Jung and Lee. And in the men's singles, Lee Chong-wei, can he win his 3rd consecutive All England title? We don't know yet whether he'll be playing against Kenichi Tago or the world champion Lin Dan. All of that tomorrow, as you can see, same time as today. That's 12 noon local time, 1200 GMT. From all of us here, we very much hope you'll be with us tomorrow. From Anthony Clark and myself, Jill Clark, bye-bye.